All right, so we got our TWAB for this week from June 7th, and this one's from Cosmo. It says, this week at Bungie, we revealed Forsaken. On September 4th, we're kicking off a second year of Destiny 2 with a brand new story. We have some bold plans to take you to new places and change the way you play. If you haven't seen it yet, check out the viDoc that revealed Destiny 2 Forsaken, and I can concur, you definitely should go and check that out. We're not going to check it out here, but you should definitely go and give it a good watch. We're committed to reinforcing the hobby for every player of Destiny 2, and we have a lot of changes coming in year 2 that do just that. The viDoc was followed by a live conversation on what we have planned for September. Didn't get to tune in to watch it live? We've got an archive for you to watch at your leisure. And this is, I think, the YouTube archive of their stream. And then they have the TLDR version of it. The bullet points are, Forsaken tells a new story with a darker tone and a lawless frontier. The Tangled Shores, new destination made of a web of asteroids and mysteries. The Dreaming City is our first endgame destination, home to the biggest challenges. The Scorn are a new enemy, led by a group of 8 Baryons you will hunt down. Our new weapon system gives you more control over how you configure your fighting style. We're adding random rolls to improve the mod system for better weapon customization. New Masterwork style system allows you to level weapons up over time, which may or may not be the way it was in D1. I'm not really too sure about that. I think we're going to have to figure out more as time goes on, because we don't know if it means like it's going to be level up to unlock the perks that you already have on there and you have no perks instead, or it's like the current Masterwork system but like beefier where you get like more as time goes on than what you already get. So we'll hear more about that pretty soon probably. Your Guardian discovers new ways to fight with new supers. The bow joins your arsenal as a new weapon type. Gambit is a new activity that combines PvE and PvP in a competitive co-op experience, which I'm not really sure if they're going to put it in comp or if it's going to be kind of like it is going to be its own thing, so maybe it's not going to be lumped in with comp. There is a brand new raid located in the Dreaming City, which, by the way, the Dreaming City looks amazing. You should go check out some of the artwork for it. It looks really good. The new Collections feature lets you track all the items you can acquire. The new Triumphs feature lets you track your achievements and lore, which they're going to have the whole time in year 2, not just during the Triumphs period, which I think is an improvement. You'll learn a lot more about this new story we're telling at E3. Gambit will be playable at both E3 and Guardian Con. We've also updated the roadmap this week to give you details on what all players of Destiny 2 can enjoy this September. There were also some additions to the summer update, including 66 quick play and a permanent Rumble playlist. Prestige raid layers are also coming in 1.2.3 and do require ownership of the expansion they were delivered in. And so this is the new roadmap. We're not going to really go over this too much right now, but just want to really point out bulk shader deletion is finally coming, but only in like year 2. So September, we're going to be able to delete that entire stack of, Vanguard whatever shaders that you want to delete all at one time. Next up is the annual pass. People have been kind of mad about this one, actually. Another topic of the stream was the new annual pass. As the evolution of the expansion pass that deliver content like Curse of Osiris and Warmind, the annual pass is a new plan for how we'll give hardcore players more ways to fight their enemies, collect new loot, and customize their characters. Here's game director Christopher Barrett to tell you more about our goals. And he says, Destiny 2 Year 2 begins with Forsaken, and throughout that year, we're going to be focusing our teams on delivering content that gives players reasons to come back to Destiny. This means new activities, endgame challenges, progression systems, and awesome rewards. With the annual pass, we want to deliver content more frequently throughout the entirety of Year 2, with 3 releases in winter, spring, and summer. In addition to everything in Forsaken and the annual pass, we're continuing to fully support seasons and deliver updates to all players in D2, which means that all the core changes, the things on the roadmap that weren't part of the DLC itself, those all go to everybody. Just FYI. During each season, all players can expect new rewards to earn, new Crucible maps and modes, improvements to gameplay features, recurring activities, special events, and more. This graphic puts everything we have planned for Year 2 on the map, and we're going to go ahead and actually go over this real quick. I don't know if we can open some of the new tab. Here we go. All right, so we have Forsaken, which is the major expansion. That comes with a new story, new destination, new endgame destination, which is Dreaming City. We get new levels in power, new subclass paths and supers, new PvE and PvP mode Gambit, new raid, new rewards, new legendary gear, new exotic gear, new triumphs, new lore. Let's see what the other half of this is. And this looks like it's going to be all of the... All right, seasons. So this is for everybody who owns the game, right? So what you own currently is going to be affected by this seasonal changes here. So you're going to get seasonal rewards, special and seasonal events, quality of life updates, new PvP maps and game modes, and that's going to be all for just the seasonal stuff. So everyone gets that. It's not going to be tied behind DLC paywalls, which is good. And the annual pass right here is what's covered in there, is the Black Armory Winter of 2018, Joker's Wild in Spring of 2019, and Penumbra from Summer of 2019. More pinnacle activities, more weapons and armor, new and returning exotics, more endgame challenges. Actually, hold on. The returning exotics... Okay, so this actually kind of bugs me here. The returning exotics from D1 should not be behind a DLC paywall. I feel like this is definitely a bad move here, because returning exotics, especially for those of us who play D1, we already have these, and they're trying to resell us the same stuff. If this is correct, if what I'm assuming here is correct, and they're going to be charging us for, say, like the Suros regime coming back or the Gjallarhorn coming back, and they're going to put that behind another paywall, that I believe is a bad idea. I feel like they shouldn't be doing that. More in-game challenges, more raid layers, unique vanity rewards, more triumphs to collect, and more lore to discover. We're excited for the second year of Destiny 2. You'll soon learn more about what to expect in the coming weeks and months leading up to September, when Forsaken and the annual pass officially launch. And next up here is the lab report. This is from Crucible Labs. Last week we rolled out Crucible Labs to give you a first glimpse of Crucible content still under development. This was our first experiment in the lab, but definitely won't be our last. Senior Crucible designer Andrew Weldon is here to debrief you on our conclusions. Andrew says, hello everyone. Thank you to everyone who participated in our debut Crucible Labs playlist last week. Understandably, many of you are curious about the decision-making process behind developing Showdown and deploying it with Labs. I wanted to take some time to talk briefly about these decisions, what they mean for the first reveal of the Labs, and how this first Labs will run will help shape our future. Every mode you ever played in Destiny has been the product of design, iteration, playtesting, more iteration, and more playtesting, polish, and final bug fixing. This takes a lot of time and effort across multiple departments within the studio, and as players you don't get to see it until it's finished and in the game or featured in a press event or public beta. Labs gives us an opportunity to open up some of this development process to the community so you can be there with us earlier, but rolling out a feature like Labs is not without risk. We're showing you unfinished work that is below our shipping bar, and we expect there to be issues that need addressing. It was important for our first Labs to be measured and cautious. Our primary focus for this round was to make sure that Labs itself worked, and Showdown made for a great simple test case that we already have some familiarity with, or was shipping through Crimson Days and Doubles, which explains why it was essentially the same thing we've already gotten, just with a little bit of a variation to it. Now that we've successfully launched Labs, we'll be able to consider more options over time, ranging from new competitive experiences to more silly and just for fun experiences. In general, I expect that any mode that deploys in Labs has no concrete timeline or schedule, must not interfere with must-ship features and updates, i.e. the Summer Update and Forsaken. Labs modes are in addition to features you already have, or you're already scheduled to receive. So it's not gonna be replacing those. Can be iterated on in a semi-public setting. Can succeed and be polished for a full release in a playlist or rotator. Can fail and never be seen again. The broad feedback to Showdown in this setting has shown us there is a lot of room for improvement, and that's okay. Some of your favorite modes in Destiny have had terrible play tests where we were left wondering if we can even save them. Some modes that showed promise never came together the way we'd hoped and had to be left behind. This is a normal part of the development process that we're inviting you to join, and we welcome your feedback and criticism as we make decisions not only in this mode, but in the future as well. You may very well see Showdown again in the future with changes based on feedback from this week, and we have some additional Labs experiences in the pipe in our Summer Update. Over time, we'll continue to get into the zone and lock down the best process and path to deploying new experiences for you. Nightfall unique rewards, about time we address this. This week, Destiny Hotfix 1.2.1.1 was released. Issues preventing Nightfall unique rewards from dropping have been resolved, which means it already is fixed. We're currently planning to reschedule the Tree Probability Strike to be featured as the Nightfall for the week of June 19th, 2018. Let's go ahead and see how much further that is from now. So we're at June 7th. June 19th is Tuesday, 2 weeks from now. So just FYI. Stay tuned to @Bungie, which is their Twitter handle, for more future updates. Faction rallies. With the release of Update 1.2.0, faction rallies now feature the Renown system. After pledging to a faction, players may earn Renown by completing a public event or patrol, or by defeating high-value targets on destinations. Players may earn additional Renown if they are wearing a full armor set for the faction they've pledged to. There are ways in which players can lose stacks of Renown. Being defeated by an enemy, fast traveling, going to orbit, logging out of the game. Although I feel like fast traveling shouldn't be part of that, but it's whatever. For more information regarding Renown and the changes to faction rallies, players may visit the Faction Rallies Guide on help.bungie.net. The following issues have been identified and are currently under investigation. Some faction rallies ornaments cannot progress when completing the Lost Sector on Mercury. Ornaments requiring players to defeat Hive with melee abilities sometimes don't progress. This most commonly occurs with the Arc Strider subclass Way of the Wind. Oh, okay. I guess I'm not using that. If you encounter issues impacting a Renown or Faction Rallies ornament progress, please report to the #help forum on Bungie.net. It's been a fun week. We love getting to finally reveal the exciting things we've been working on. And we are not done yet. E3 is next week, and we'll have our away team ready to give you some more details about Forsaken. After that, we have all summer to fill in the blanks, as we know you have a lot of questions. Get out there and support the faction of your choice. We'll let you know who came up on top after this reset on Tuesday. Love, Cosmo. So that's going to do it for this week's TWAB. If you were here for the live experience, thank you. And if you're watching this later as its own separate video, thank you for watching. If you're new to this channel, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys tomorrow morning for my Xur stream. Have a good rest of your Thursday.